A rusted 1969 Mustang stood silently in the corner of an elite restoration garage, a car long declared hopeless. Most mechanics avoided it, but Ayan, a quiet, sharp, self-taught mechanic, saw something different. He saw history, he saw potential, and today he had been assigned to bring this engine back to life. The owner of the garage didn't bother checking. "Don't waste time," he had warned. "The CEO who sent it, that woman, already knows it's scrap. Just make it look presentable." But Ayan didn't believe in half-hearted work, especially when something rare and beautiful was in front of him, begging for one more chance. While other workers laughed, he rolled up his sleeves and leaned over the Mustang's hood. The engine was rusted, corroded, almost fossilized. But Ayan's hands were gentle, precise, almost surgical. He cleaned off layers of grime, revealing metal that still had life left. His eyes sharpened. "You're not dead," he whispered to the machine. He dismantled the components one by one, laying each piece in perfect order. Hours passed unnoticed. He used a custom tool he had built himself, a tool none of the other mechanics had ever seen. They joked about it before, but today that funny-looking invention became his greatest weapon against years of rust and decay. As Ayan worked, he had no idea the owner had invited the Mustang's actual owner to the garage. And she wasn't just anyone. She was Zara Blake, CEO of Blake Automotive Group, one of the biggest auto companies in the country. She arrived quietly, wearing a sleek black suit, her eyes sharp and observant. She expected disappointment, maybe excuses, but she walked into something entirely different. Zara froze the moment she saw Ayan. He wasn't polishing the car. He wasn't pretending to work. He was rebuilding the heart of the machine with skill she had only seen in master engineers. She stayed back, watching as he used his handmade tool to free a stubborn bolt without damaging the surrounding metal, a move even seasoned experts rarely dared. Ayan tapped the carburetor lightly, listening to the sound like a doctor listening to a heartbeat. "Still breathing," he murmured. Then he adjusted the fuel line and reassembled the system with flawless precision. The mechanics around him had fallen silent. They had never seen anyone work like that. Zara stepped closer, fascinated. "Where did you learn that technique?" she asked softly. Ayan jolted, unaware she had been watching. "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't see you. I just figured it out over time." He looked down awkwardly, wiping his hands on a cloth. "I hope you don't mind me trying something different." "Mind?" she repeated, stunned. "I've never seen anyone handle a rusted engine like this." She walked around him, studying the Mustang. "Every mechanic I spoke to said this engine was beyond saving, but you're reviving it." Ayan smiled shyly. "Old things deserve patience. Machines just need someone who listens." His voice was simple, but the truth in his words hit her unexpectedly hard. She had spent years in boardrooms, surrounded by people who saw cars as products, numbers, profit margins. And here was a mechanic who treated an engine like a living memory. When Ayan finally turned the ignition, the garage held its breath. The engine coughed, sputtered, then roared. A deep, powerful growl filled the room, the sound of resurrection. Ayan exhaled in relief, but Zara's eyes widened in absolute shock. She touched the hood as if confirming the miracle with her own hands. "How did you do this?" she whispered. "With respect," he replied simply, "and a little stubbornness." Zara laughed, a real, unguarded laugh. "Ayan, you don't fix engines, you revive them." The garage owner hurried over, trying to impress her, but she held up a hand. Her attention was only on Ayan now. "Have you ever considered working for a high-end restoration division?" she asked. Ayan blinked. "Me? I'm just a small mechanic, ma'am." "You're a genius," she corrected, "and I don't let genius stay hidden." She handed him her card, gold embossed, heavy, important. "Come see me tomorrow morning. I want you on my team, and I don't take no for an answer." Ayan stared at the card as if it were unreal. For years, he had worked quietly, overlooked, underestimated. But today, his dedication spoke louder than any resume could. The Mustang's roar echoed behind him, proof of what passion and patience could do. Ian didn't just restore an engine that day, he restored his future.